And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Keserian, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play series. If I sound a little different, that's because I have a brand new microphone. I actually currently have a brand new Blue Yeti microphone that is, feels like it's leering at me. It really does. Feels like it's leering. Anyways, moving right along. How many do you have? 9, 1, 2, 3, 9. I have 9 of them. Alright, so let's go back to our base here, and let's pick up... Oh, crap. Huh. Okay, so I can't do it that way. Alright. Guess I'll just have to do it unguided then. Alright. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm actually... As we're doing this, I'm staring around going, what did I finish and what am I still waiting on? Well, we need to get this thing moving, first of all. That's a high priority tasking. This thing has to move. Okay. How was I getting back up there? No, whatever. Let's do it. Let's find a place I can actually jump up to. Oh, right. I was doing it that way. Thunk. Okay. Ooh, I need to recharge my gear. Alright, so we have this stuff pulling out, right? We have our diamond drills in there. Okay, and that's pulling out and sucking it in. Okay. Do I have a filter on me? No, I don't. Alright. So let's go back to our base, and I actually have to recharge a couple items here. Where am I? In my base. Okay. So why don't I get myself a filter? Recharge my much abused gear here. And I'll rejoin you guys in just a minute. Alright, be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. So, what was I just doing? Right. So I suppose while I'm doing this, I should probably explain to you guys what's going on with the recording stuff. Which is that I've kind of run out of ideas for 147. This may be one of my last major builds. And yeah, so a lot of the videos you're seeing now are definitely from, my SMP series with Amos, and that'll probably continue for a while until I get another SSP series running. And I jumped too low. There we go. So yeah, just a FYI basically. Okie dokie. So let's get our filter. Thank you, auto crafting. Let's flip them around. Let's get some frame tubes. Frubes. Let's just connect them up. Just like that. Okay. Sit. Derp. Derp, 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 thunk. Okay. There we go. So what's going to happen here? Do I have a lever on me? Of course I don't. Of course I don't. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's do that. And do this. Plenty of wood for levers now. As you can see, I was making some adjustments to my ME system. Though actually, now if I need to get rid of items... Oh, I don't have a sort here, do I? Nope, but I got my miner's bag. That's good enough. Triple that, drop that, drop that. Okay. There we go. And then sort for good measure. Alright. So, what we're basically going to do is we're going to activate this thing. And it's going to start all of those mining wells running. All the ones with mining frames. Tubes in the Middle East. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that should empty this out here. And it's going to take a few minutes for all these to get where they need to go. Okay? But now, if we get down a level, we should be able to see that at least one or two of these have activated. Or at least they have the... Ooh. Oh, now that's interesting. Well, now that could be an issue, couldn't it? If these are going into the wrong slots, and that isn't pulling mining pipe out. Interesting. Well, now, I thought this system would be smarter than that. Huh. A lot of machines, if you insert something into the top, it'll just receive it into the top. So I wonder what happens if we put it in from the side now. Tube frame up and up. And let's pull that manager off. Okay, so now if I take this and come up to here, do that. It should make its way over here. And down. And then into where it should be. Okay. Alright, I'm out of food. Okay, so that's what I need to do. Alright, that's different than what I thought I needed. Okay. Okay, so this means we're going to have to redesign everything. That's not as bad as it could be. Not by a long shot. I need some more potatoes. Let's have a quick bite to eat. Alright, so now how am I going to do this? That's a very good question for everyone involved, isn't it? Alright, apps clock. Forgot to start my timer. There we go. Alright, close enough. Alright, so now if we have to input everything from the sides, right? The side of the miner. Ugh. Well, it could be worse. Pull these off, because that's not going to work like I thought it would. These ones on the outside are easy. I have enough space to do those cleanly. These managers are going to have to move. Remember, do not break the chest before you break the manager. Are you connecting into the bat box? No. Oh, that isn't even a bat box. That's okay. That doesn't even have an inventory on it. Alright, cut that off. Break that up. Go down like this. Okay, this side's easy, right? Because I have the managers over here. And I can insert from the other side. Right? Right. So this side doesn't need to be reworked at all. This side can just work like this. Nice and simple. Okay. But it's those other two sides that'll have to be completely reworked. Alright, hold on. I had to tell someone I was recording, and... there we go. Okay. That will solve that problem. But over here... we still have the same issue, right? So I have to reposition that manager somewhere else. Now here, I can just put it right there, right? That's not too big of a deal. Okay. What the hell did I do over here? Oh, that's where my walking path is. So I can cut that, go up like that. Support frame, pneumatic tube. Boom. I can work this like that. Okay, and that's already set up. So now, presumably, if I make myself another lever, one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Oh, because I didn't move the rest of them. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got this. I got this. Right, because each side is being mapped to a specific piece of that inventory, right? I assume that's how it's working. Thunk. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay, so they will always be charged. So give me a minute here. Boing. Well, in theory, it doesn't matter, does it? Because those are all, I'm leaving those all blank, right? So if I just do something like this. Now, the reason they aren't starting is because the OVOD scanners aren't in them. Because that's, I was planning on that being one of the last parts of my build. So let's do that. Because remember, these things are all going to stay charged because they're in these miners. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do this. Nope, not on the ground. We'll do that. Because in theory, it doesn't especially matter, right? Because these will be the only things on that network. And what I'm assuming is, now, if I come up to here and I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We should see all of these mining drills retracting, coming up back into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I missed a row. Somewhere I missed a row. Right here. This row I missed. Let's put that in. Nope, that stays where it is. Probably this one. No. I'm just hoping to... Ooh. Ooh. Well, now this might be interesting. I'm not certain what it's doing here. You're connected all the way up. So why didn't it pull you out? Pull, please. There goes one. So why aren't you pulling? What is going on here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh, because you're not pulling out. Let's see if that fixes it. I don't think these miners were ever supposed to be used this way, guys. Yeah, I really don't think this is supposed to be used this way. Gig. Okay. Well, that puts a kink in my schemes now, doesn't it? Because that's the power side. I'll do some entertaining wiring in a couple seconds. Alright, so let's put down a support frame there. Let's get some more of this glass fiber cable. Let's run it like that. And then... remember, guys, it's always easier with this sort of stuff to run... There we go. With this sort of thing, it's usually easier to run this sort of work than to take care of this like this. It's usually easier to do this to add more frames than it is to take them out. Okay, so if I yank this up, okay, let's say I go in, yeah, this might all have to do with which side I'm going in through. So I'm thinking more and more about it here. Alright, and now if I toggle it, I'm willing to bet yes, okay. So let's get this wiring fixed. In theory, if I just pop down a frame here, connect that, and then go like that, and then like this. Over here should be connected correctly. Okay, now to test something else. So we should, in theory, over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now let's just make sure that everything's going correctly where it should be. That's gonna bounce. These are all gonna bounce around. You guys are gonna bounce around. They're all going to bounce around a bit because you can't color frame tubes. You can't paint them. So it makes a little bit more, this build a little bit more difficult. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make, while these are all sorting themselves out, we're going to make another component of this build. Shloop. My remote around me. All right. Do I have any glass panes? Yes. Now we get some redstone and some regular stone. And while I'm here, let me just drop that back in there. And that. Because why not? Okay. So now what we can do is we can say... Oop, can't do that anymore. I was trying to do the click drag thing from 1.5. Yeah. Let's get ourselves a computer. Now this is probably going to be the most complicated redstone system I have ever built. But we'll plop this down, boot them up. All right, let's enter the Lua prompt. All right, interactive Lua. Let's call this rs dot. What was it? I have to check now. I have to check the ComputerCraft wiki. All right, let's take a look at this. Category APIs. Let's go to Redstone. There we go. Redstone API. Redstone.set output. Okay. rs.set output left, comma, true. rs.set, I'll write all lowercase, output left, comma, true. All right, so what I'm telling it is it's setting its output on the left, that's a string, so it has quotes, to the Boolean variable true. I could also replace that with 1. Okay. Now in a second, if I did that correctly, and it's actually receiving that signal. Hello? Okay, so let's now come back up and set that to false. Yes, mining drill. All right. So now let's do rs.set output back to true. And then we'll do rs.set output back false. Oops. Here we go. So now what you just saw happen are the two ways that we are going to manipulate this system. This computer is basically going to control these two systems and probably the rest of our frame machine. This is easy. How is it going to do? That's pretty easy to do, right? All I'm doing is I'm telling it, set a redstone signal to true for the back, and then set it to off. Set it to false. That pulses it. On the front, on the left, it's doing it this side. Pretty simple. Okay? This is a pretty simple, easy program. That's not even a program, it's just a script that I ran really briefly. That was the interactive Lua compiler, or interpreter, or compiler. I'm not a programmer, I fix computers, I don't program them. Okay, so what we're going to do now, as I check my time, and that was my old headset falling over. All right, we got some time left. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to call exit, which boots me out of the Lua program. And then I'm going to edit, retract. Okay. What I'm going to say is for I less than 9. Oh, God. Now I don't remember how to call for loops anymore. Crap. For I 1 to 16. Okay. So let's say in our Lua program, for, or that was phrased, I equal 1 comma 6. Okay, yeah. For I equals 1 comma 9, do. And you don't have to indent here. It's just considered good programming practice. And also I used to program a little bit of Python, so it's kind of second nature. Okay, so now let's say rs.set output, and we're retracting. Left, true. Okay. And then OS dot, I have to call OS, I could just call sleep 0.5 rs dot set output left false. So what I'm saying is, and while I is between, for every iteration of I to 1, from 1 to 9, do the following. Set the output to the left to true, wait a half a second, then set it to false, end, rinse and repeat. If I remembered how Lua works, that should be okay. So let's call retract. Okay, yep. I forget Lua does not need that. Save it, exit it, call retract. Hello? There we go. 1. We got 1. Dot, 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 dot. Okay. Edit. Retract. Sleep. Sleep 1. Do I remember how to do this right? Print I. Uh-huh. Let's do a sleep for 2. Oops. Okay. This is interesting. You're not getting pulled out of. Why? Thunk. Why are you not getting pulled out? Alright, let me take a look at this code a little bit more. The only reason I still have you guys... Huh. Let's try this. What is wrong with my code? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I pull, if I do it manually, right? Okay. I'm not certain what's going wrong with my code here. You know what? Let me try something. Set label mine control. Label set mine control. If you do that, when you break it, it saves the programs. Quick tip. Okay, so let's do it this way. Now, Optifine may screw me up with this, but let me put down... Yeah, panel should be fine. This will at least allow me to test. Okay, so let's... some red ally wire. Drop this down like that. Let me just cut this into some covers and cover strips. And I'll put that like that just so we don't connect. Okay. So let's try to do retract. Okay. Terminate. Edit. Retract. Set output left false, right? Oh, well, let me try this. Lua. rs.set output left false. Oops. Left comma false. Okay. Let's call exit. So what's wrong with this? Edit, retract. Well, that happened way too fast. Edit, retract. Let's try this. Sleep 1. Yes, he's just staying on. There's no reason why it's then it turned off at the end of the program. Let me try it this way. I mean, it should just be fine calling it... This is interesting. Because it should, there's no reason why it's not taking this command, right? There's no reason why it's not turning itself off. So I'll be back in a few minutes, alright guys? Alright, so I think I got this ironed out. If we look at the code now, I put in 2 sleep functions. So hopefully, I think what was happening was after it got down to set output left false, it went to print and then set output true, so it wasn't really registering that it turned off. But now I think that if I go and I issue retract, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We should see that pop out. So now what I can do is I can pick this guy up, put him back where he belongs. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now, if I issue CP retract and send it to dispense, edit, dispense. And now if I say back, back, save, dispense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beautiful. Look at that. We have it working. Finally. I know it took the entire episode to do this. And I'm kind of sorry it was. It was mostly me derping with computers and piping. But we have it working. Alright? We have that working now. All controlled by Computercraft Computer. Now, off camera, in between this episode and next, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be writing all of this in. Alright? Be turning all of this into one program. Or at least the beginnings of a program. Because this program is also going to manage moving this thing. Which is what we will get to in the next episode. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry I was mostly derping around with computers in Lua. But it's part of this build. So, and honestly, it's better than watching me derp around with Forth. So, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, or at least tolerated it and didn't hate me for it, please throw me a like, comment, a subscription. All of that would be really awesome. Also, tell me if you enjoyed the new microphone. Alright, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. As always, happy mining.